Hello guys, welcome to this video. In today's video we are going to look at a case law. The case that we're going to look is the case of Sougrin versus Haringey Health Authority. So this was a case of racial discrimination claims where we have Mrs. Sougrin is a black employee of National Health Service. So the act or the constitutional provision that was in this case involved is the Race Relations Act of 1976. So without further ado, let us now look at the key details of the case. So the issue was whether Mrs. Sougrin's claim of unfair grading on the grounds of race constitutes direct discrimination under the Race Relations Act of 1976, and if the industrial tribunal made a mistake in dismissing her claim. So here are the facts of the case. Ms. Sougrin, a black employee, filed an originating application on 30th April 1990 alleging unfair grading based on race following a massive regrading of staff within the National Health Service in April of 1988. Her local appeal was dismissed on 13th November and she subsequently appealed to Regional Health Authority. Mr. Allen, representing Mrs. Sougrin, argued that her lower pay compared to a colleague was due to race discrimination in grading and terms of employment. He agreed that the disparity in pay constituted a continuing act of discrimination. So here is what the Industrial Tribunal held. The Industrial Tribunal held that they lacked jurisdiction to hear Mrs. Sougrin's complaint as the alleged discrimination occurred before the act came into force. So the discrimination that occurred before the law forbidding it occurred. So the discrimination occurred before the law forbidding it came into force. However, the court allowed an appeal by Ms. Kelder, finding that the ongoing pay discrepancy was a consequence of the appeal decision and not a continuing act of discrimination. The court upheld the dismissal of Mrs. Sougrin's appeal, rejecting Mr. Allen's criticism of tribunal's exercise of discretion. So the rationale is that the court distinguished between a one-off decision or act and a continuing act of discrimination, holding that the ongoing pay disparity did not constitute the latter. The court found no grounds to criticize the tribunal's exercise of discretion in the case. The court granted leave to appeal due to general interest in cases involving continuing acts of discrimination. So in conclusion, Ms. Sougrin's appeal was dismissed and the court granted leave to appeal due to the broader implication of cases involving continuing acts of discrimination. This case highlights the distinction between a one-time discriminatory act and a continuing act, emphasizing the importance of analyzing the ongoing impact of alleged discrimination actions in cases of employment discrimination. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe.